In this video, let's look at the form and functionality of a contact. I'll show you examples of the two different types of contacts and talk a bit about how contacts differ from locations. Then I'll show you how to create a new contact and edit an existing contact. Let's start by looking at an example contact. A contact can either be for a specific person or role, such as director, secretary, etc., or a more general contact to provide email and phone number information for a department or organization. This page is an example of a contact for a specific person, a fictitious employee named Howie Dewitt. The top of the page includes the name and role of the contact and an optional image. Below that is an array of contact information such as an email, two phone numbers, a location with an address, and a description, which in this case offers some biographical information about this contact. For comparison, let's look at a sample general contact. This is a sample contact for a fictitious Office of Awesome. Most of the elements of this contact page are similar to the role-based contact page we just saw. Differences include no featured image and no mention of a specific role or position. The benefit of having contact pages such as this is that they may be used throughout a website at the bottom of basic pages, in filtered lists, and so on, and you only have to maintain this one page to keep all instances of the contact up to date and accurate. Use a contact component anytime you need to include phone numbers or an email address. One exception is if the contact is a place your audience can go to, and in that case, use the location component instead. Now let's look at how to create a contact. Start by going to the side navigation and selecting Content. At the top of the Content Overview page, select the Add Content button. Then in the upper Content section, find and select Contact. This will bring you to the Create Contact page. Required fields are marked with a small red asterisk. There are only a few required fields to complete a contact, all of them at the top of the page. You must first choose whether the contact is a general contact or a specific person or role. The fields below will change depending on which of these options you select. If you select General Contact, then you must enter a title and a summary. If you select a person or role, then you must enter a summary, and there are additional fields to enter details about a person's name and role, as well as a section where you can add a contact image. This is enough information to save either of the contacts, as all other fields are optional. But many provide valuable information for visitors as well as filtering functionality when used in automatic lists and pages. So to be more useful for visitors and constituents, it's best to continue entering as much contact information as you can provide. After the summary field on both types of contacts, the rest of the editor fields are the same, starting with an email for the contact, and up to 3 different kinds of phone numbers. You can choose the phone type by selecting the drop-down menu under Phone Type and selecting from the options below, including Main, Fax, and Office. Below that are fields for Short Message Service or SMS contact information, followed by the option to associate up to 3 locations for this contact. Locations are created in the taxonomy section of the website. To choose a location, start entering the name in the field and select the correct location from the menu of options that appears. Below that is a field for entering another address if it's different from the location, as well as a mailing address if it's different from the other locations or addresses. Further down, there is a field to enter 2 websites associated with this contact, followed by a section to enter social media usernames or handles. And below that, there's a text field to enter a description of this contact. Then we get to the taxonomy portion of the editor, where you can classify and organize this contact using up to 5 topic taxonomy terms, up to 10 contact types, a relevant county, a division term, and finally, terms specific to your agency. Taxonomy terms allow you to create automatic lists and listing pages with filters that visitors may use to sort and find the contact they're looking for. At the very bottom, you can select how you want to save this contact by selecting the drop-down menu next to the words Save As, and choosing whether to save this information as a draft, for example, or if it's ready to be published. Then select the blue Save button to save your work. To edit an existing contact, start by selecting Content in the side navigation to open the Content overview. Then either start typing the name of the contact in the title field or filter by contact content type using the drop-down menu and selecting Filter. When you find the contact you want to edit, click on the Edit button in the Operations column on the right side to open the Contact Editor. Make any changes and then be sure to scroll or go to the bottom of the page and select Save to save those changes. In closing, use a contact for providing visitors with an email or phone number they need to complete a task, or as the primary contact information for an event, news item, or location. I invite you to learn more about related topics such as locations, automatic lists, and listing pages in other tutorials. Thanks for watching.